This is Ryan Edner with your Tuesday, November 12th morning wake-up call. We have the grain slightly on the defensive side in overnight trade once again, especially the beans. The primary concern continues to be whether the election results will cause a slowdown in exports. That is, again, primarily a bean concern, although some of that concern does also spill over to corn. It will take some time to find out if that is indeed the case here. We did not get 8 a.m. sales yesterday, but with the government closed, we weren't going to see an 8 a.m. sales report anyway. So we would make the case that it'll take a few days this week to see if we do or do not see additional 8 a.m. sales. All reports are pushed back a day due to yesterday's government holiday, Veterans Day. So that means the next time we see a weekly export sales report to truly give us an idea, that we'll have to wait until Friday. So for now, corn is still priced fairly close to fair value level. March will be taking over lead contract later this week. So it's worth mentioning that that should be the contract we should turn most of our chart attention to. A couple levels just to keep in the back of your mind for technical levels to watch for March. First resistance is 447 3/4. Second resistance, the 5-month high, is 452 1/4. On the support side, first support is 423 1/4. Second support is 414. That is the 3-month lows. So again, for corn and beans, corn has been trading fairly calm, but beans still highly reacting to whether or not we are going to see an export slowdown. So let's keep a close watch on 8 a.m. sales. Switching over to the wheat now. There was talk that Trump and Putin had a conversation where Trump emphasized the need to end the war with Ukraine. And some were saying that had the most to do with yesterday's wheat setback. However, it's hard to get away from the thinking that highly beneficial rains last weekend. I mean, that just seems like a more obvious approach to saying why we found such resistance here. Those rains over the last 4 days in the plains were the best rains that area had seen in 2 months. And not only that, but the 10-day forecast looking forward has another major rain system that hits all wheat areas with 1 to 4 inches again, day 7, 8 of the current forecast. So great beneficial rains, highly needed rains with more in the forecast. We'd have to lean a little bit more to weather being your key driver lower there. Now switching over to cattle, we did have a bounce in box beef yesterday. Choice is up 28, Select was up 265. We should emphasize there that is a 1-day bounce. And on that 1-day bounce, Packer gross profits are still negative 8 cents. So trade did and does continue to react to every piece of good box beef news. But in the last 9 trading days, we've seen 2 days higher. So we don't want to get too excited about a 1-day bounce. From a true fundamental outlook on cattle, again, we'll say you need at least 3 days. So with the Packer cushion still in the negatives and it being Tuesday, there's no reason we're expecting any cash bids today. So for cattle, the primary focus today will be the morning box beef to see if it puts together a second higher day in a row. One last thing to mention, Tyson is releasing their Q3 earnings today. It is expected that those earnings on the beef end will be steady or slightly lower. Given that cattle has little else to watch today, that we could see that come into focus too when that comes out. So that's what we have for you today. If you have any questions, you can call me direct at 815-578-6159 and continue tuning in every morning to Wake Up Calls.